Hey guys, how's everybody doing? It's Thursday and we're going to go over Thursday's reading lesson. Today we're going to be reading Robin Hood and the Mournful Knight. I'm going to share my screen with you. It's going to look like this and it is on page 114. So we're going to be reading about Robin Hood and the Mournful Knight. It's an adventurous play. The theme of the story is an adventurous play. We're also going to be going over the questions and character traits of Robin Hood and the knight in the story. So make sure you pay attention as we're reading to what kind of character traits, feelings, thoughts, actions that Robin Hood and the Mournful Knight go through as we go through the play. So this is set a long time ago when the King of England ruled harshly in the Sherwood Forest and in England. So we're going to go ahead. The scene one is a camp in Sherwood Forest where Robin Hood and his men are crafting arrows. Little John, a huge man. My poor empty stomach is growling for dinner. I'd not say to roast venison with rosemary and spring onions and a delicate cream sauce, would you, Master Robin? Robin Hood, stop. You sound like a recipe. Now my stomach, too, rumbles and grumbles for a meal. But first we must find ourselves a wealthy traveler to pay the bill. Little John, please ride out and fetch us a lord moneybags. Little John, bowing, with pleasure, kind master. Robin Hood, remember, friend, take care not to bother any simple farmers or laborers you meet. Those who toil for their few pennies deserve to live in peace. Fetch us some fat, selfish gentleman who treats the poor like dirt beneath his shoes. And if you look here, the word toil means work extremely hard. Will Scarlet, look, pointing. I've never seen a knight in such rags. What ails him, I wonder? Enter the knight. He looks weary and mournful. He wears fine clothes, but they are old, torn, and dirty. Robin Hood. Welcome, gentle knight. I am Robin Hood. Will you not dine with us? We were just discussing the menu. We have pheasant, partridge, venison, or all three. Knight. Thank heavens for generous fellows like you. I have not tasted a bite for days. If I ever return to Sherwood Forest, I shall certainly repay you for your kindness. Robin Hood. Pardon me, Sir Knight, but here in Sherwood, our rich guests customarily pay in advance. Knight. How I wish I could, but I no longer have a penny to my name. Will Scarlet, suspiciously. He lies. All these gentlefolk lie through their teeth. Let me search his saddlebags, Master Robin. Robin Hood. Please do. Will, pardon us, Sir Knight, but we do not offer charity to the rich. Will Scarlet, searching, then sounding baffled. I can't believe it. He speaks the truth. Robin Hood, what has befallen you, sir? You are surely a landowner, yet you are poorer than a beggar. Pray, tell us your story. The knight sits wearily on a fallen tree. A year ago I was a wealthy man, but then my only son became entangled with a gang of tricksters. To save the foolish lad, I pledged all my lands. Now, unless I pay 400 pounds to the Earl of York by next week, I shall lose everything. Robin Hood, have you no friends? The knight, when I was rich, I had a dozen of kind friends. Now that I'm a pauper, they have forgotten me. When I need their help, they turn away. Robin Hood, fear not, gentle knight. Today we have made a new set of friends. Say, Little John, unlock the treasure chest and count out 400 pounds. Will Scarlet, whose suspicious attitude has completely changed. Now he all but weeps with sympathy. Shall he not have a cloth for a new coat, Robin? His clothes are badly torn. Robin Hood, of course. Give our friend a length of fine fabric. Choose a shade of blue, and that will match his eyes. Little John, here is the money, good night. Will Scarlet, sniffling, here is the cloth, poor sir. Knight, overwhelmed with gratitude. Indeed, I do not know how to thank you. Tell me, Robin Hood, when shall I come to repay the money you have kindly lent. Robin Hood, 12 months from now, let us meet beneath the tree. Until then, be merry. The knight, I shall not fail you. Thank you and farewell, my beloved new friends. So scene 2, same Sherwood Forest camp 1 year later. The knight and his wife, Lady Leah, approach Robin and his men. Lady Leah, with a deep curtsy, 1,000 thanks for saving our family from ruin. Robin Hood, Madam, it was our pleasure. How is your son? In a joking tone. I hope he isn't keeping company with swindlers these days. The knight, thankfully he is not. But sir, let us conclude our business. He hands Robin a heavy sack of gold. Robin Hood, peering into the sack, surely, Sir Knight, this is too much. We lent you only 400 pounds. The knight, shrugging, so I added a few extra coins. You could give them to your next few paupers you meet. Ha, do I smell venison roasting? May we invite ourselves for dinner? Okay. So we're going to look at the next page, page 117, and at the top we have some traits and some details, and we're going to put those into our own chart. So if you look at the traits, we have adventurous, fair, suspicious, polite, and generous, and we won't use all the traits or the details. So one trait that we know about Robin Hood is that he was fair. And looking at these here, being fair, a detail from the drama would be, surely, Sir Knight, this is too much. So he's saying that even though he is repaying him, that he only needs to pay him what he owes, that he doesn't have to give him extra. So he's being fair with the knight. And remember, if you need to pause this at any time, go ahead and pause to be able to write. The second trait we're going to put is polite. So he's being polite. How is he being polite? Well, he says, welcome, gentle knight. So when you're being polite, you're using your manners, saying please, thank you, welcome. You're welcome. You could say sir and madam. That's being polite. The next trait Robin Hood shows is he is generous. You may give them to the next few paupers you meet. So Robin Hood gives money out to the poor. So knowing that, the knight says that he can give them to the next few paupers he meets. And paupers are people who are very poor. So if you look at number 2, it says, read the sentence from the passage. If I ever return to the Sherwood Forest, I shall certainly repay your kindness. What does the prefix re mean in the word repay? So we know to repay someone means to pay them what? Back, right? So re means back, pay them back. So let's go ahead and turn to 118. And on 118, we have 2 parts. We have part A and part B. So which phrase best describes character traits of Will Scarlet? So if you go back in the story and you look at lines 5, 11, and 13, you can see that Will is very suspicious. But then if you look at lines 19, 22, you can see he is kind. So he's suspicious of the knight at first. He doesn't know if he believes that he's actually poor. And at the end, he's very kind. He wants to make sure that he gets the cloth to wear and be able to pay off the people that he owes. So if you look at part B, it says choose 3 details from the text that best support the answer in part A. So what would support the details from what Will says in the story that shows he's suspicious but kind? So the first one would be B. He lies. All these gentlefolk lied through their teeth. So he's suspicious. He doesn't believe the knight at first. What would be another one? E. Shall he not have cloth for his new coat, Robin? So he's not sure. Shouldn't he have his own cloth? If he's a landowner, and most knights back in those days owned land, then he should have his own cloth to make a new coat. And then the last one would be when he wants to search his saddlebags. He's still not sure. So he wants to make sure there's not money in there. So we're going to describe the character traits of the knight in scenes 1 and 2. So we're going to write a response down here that shows how the knight acted in scenes 1 and 2 and what kind of character traits he showed. So in scene 1, the knight is honest and grateful, right? He tells them about why he is poor, and then he's very grateful that Robin Hood is sharing and giving him money to help pay off the people that he owes and to make a new coat. In scene 2, he's also honest and generous. So he goes back, he shows that he's honest by going back and paying Robin Hood back and keeping the promise that he made. And he's generous by giving more money than he actually owes Robin Hood for his kindness. So if you need to pause this, make sure you go ahead and pause it so you can get it all written down. Don't forget we have social studies that should be done Tuesday and Thursday. So you're supposed to watch the slideshow, watch the video, and then do the Google form. Don't forget to do that so that you can keep up with your social studies points for your grade. Okay, I will see you all guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.